Let's move on and get to our next corporate conversation. Granules is on our radar. The first quarter numbers were actually a little weak. Margins have come down to a multi-quarter low. Revenue has dipped as well. The company, however, says that the short to medium-term growth trajectory is still intact. Krishna P Chigurupati, Chairman and Managing Director at Granules, is with us. Sir, thanks for joining in. I want to start with, your revenue was down 3%. Margins collapsed from almost 21% to 14%. We know that there was an IT incident that also impacted. Can you break this down? How much of this weakness was because of this IT incident? Can you quantify that? And how much is it because of weakness in the business itself, in the base business?
Good morning. The major contribution of the decline is IT. Other than that, we had about 20 crores plus on failure to supply in the US. And also we had to spend some amount of money on consultants for setting right the IT systems. And also we had capitalized our new facility for packaging in the US, GPAC, and those expenses also had come in. And unfortunately, we had budgeted a higher sale, and overall sale number would have been impacted by more than 150 crores. And had that 150 crores come in, that would have really contributed to our normal margins.
Okay, but on the IT incident side, so it's a mix. It's a mix of, some expected revenues not coming in and this IT issue where you have to spend more. But at least on the IT incident bit, how much was the hit that you had to take this quarter? And is it all done? I mean, is it now BAU, business as usual from here on?
The hit is quite decent. I think I would say I would put it somewhere around on the EBITDA level, a little more than 80 crores. But the second quarter also, there's a spillover. There's a big backlog in the quality system, and we are trying to catch up. Even though things are normal on production front, QC clearances are taking some time. There would be a little impact on Q2 too, but Q3 onwards, things will be back to normal, and we'll be back to our normal growth trajectory.
All right. Hi, good morning, sir. So a couple of questions. When you joined us last, you said that margins in the coming year will be better than the past year. Last year, you did roughly around 20%. Now, quarter two, you said there'll be a bit of a spillover. So by when do you get back to this 20% margins? And do you still hold on to the fact that margins in FY24 will be better than FY23?
Yes, I do believe, and I'm very sure that the margins will keep improving. And Q3 onwards, we see a positive trend.
So for the year, but you've done around 14%. So you'll have to do in excess 22%, or you'll have to do for the next 3 quarters to get to that 20% odd mark. You think the second half is going to be far better?
No, I would say third quarter onwards, the margins will be back to normal. There would definitely be some impact on the margin for the whole year. We are trying to see how much of the business can be recovered, lost business in Q1. It definitely looks like some of it is irrecoverable, but we will know shortly how much we can recover.
Mr. Chigurupati, good morning. I remember having this conversation with you about the paracetamol market and the growth that you've seen there. It's been disproportionate over the last many quarters, and this time around as well, there's been almost a 30% API growth that you've seen, led largely by paracetamol, I'm assuming. Can you tell us what exactly was the volume growth in this quarter? What's the sustainable volume growth? And in terms of pricing, what are you seeing as a trend?
Sonia, the prices have come down. So did the raw materials. So the margins have remained intact, but pricing has come down. And volumes are something which I don't think I should be disclosing. The sale number is there. But going forward, all I can say is we expect a destocking of paracetamol with most of our Latin American customers. And that would affect paracetamol sales. But to compensate for that, our paracetamol formulation sales are increasing in Europe and US. So overall, paracetamol will still contribute a fairly decent number. And definitely, I don't think it will go below what we had seen in the second quarter.
You said you would have 50% of the world market by Q4 in terms of a market share in paracetamol. Have you been able to achieve that? And what's the level now?
We are on the path. We are around 30% plus, but we are on the path to that. And definitely, when we get our close to net zero plant up for paracetamol, we see that definitely we will have a very decent market share.
All right, Mr. Chigurupati, we'll leave it at that. Thanks a lot for joining in and all the best with the quarters to come. That is Granules India. I think I need some paracetamol more than anyone else at this point in time, contributing to their business.
Oh, gosh. But anyway, I mean, they're saying that a little more of the IT system spill over and then it should normalize from there on. But we